Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about how the Internet of Things can help with the Sustainable Developmental Goal number 1, no poverty in Costa Rica. What is extreme poverty? Extreme poverty is defined as people who live on less than $2.15 a day in the year 2020. There's often a lack of access to basic necessities, and extreme poverty is characterized by a lack of access to food, shelter, clean water, health care. Also, individuals living in extreme poverty often struggle to meet their most basic needs on a daily basis. It's also often accompanied by low levels of education and employment, which can lead to a cycle of poverty that's difficult to escape and limited opportunities. So I'm just comparing the USA versus Costa Rica statistics concerning poverty. According to the World Bank, the poverty rate in Costa Rica was 21.3% in 2019, with roughly 1.9 million people living in poverty. In comparison to the United States, it was about 10.5% in 2020, with 34 million people living in poverty. So there were more people living in poverty in the United States, but a lower percentage because we're bigger. Costa Rica is known for having a relatively high level of income inequality. Gini coefficient of 0.493 versus the United States is 4.85. We also have a high level of income inequality. And the US also has a very high rates of childhood poverty with the rates of 18% of children living in poverty in 2020 versus in Costa Rica, child poverty was 26.5%. It's a big issue, and it's estimated that approximately 500,000 children in the country are living in poverty, and it can have serious long-term effects and consequences for these children, limited access to education, healthcare, poor nutrition, reduced opportunities, and makes it hard for future success and prosperity in the country. Just going to go over some comparisons in poverty between the US and Costa Rica, but this is the share of the population living on less than $1 a day. And the United States is a bit higher slightly for people living under $1 a day, but it begins to balance out when you look at $2.15 per day. And then in Costa Rica, we have more people living on less than $3.65 a day. Now, this is a share of the population within different income thresholds. So 44% in Costa Rica live on $10 to $30 a day versus only 14% in the United States. And those that live above $30 a day in the United States, 84% versus only 21%. Number of people living in extreme poverty in Costa Rica, it has definitely shrank a lot since the 90s, but it is on the rise after COVID. This is also just the energy use per capita and seeing how it's correlated with the share in extreme poverty. So in Costa Rica doesn't use as much energy as we do in the United States, but the poverty level is about the same. And this is just a comparison of people living in extreme poverty, 3.28 million versus 53.36 per this amount. This is my X-Mind chart about combating poverty with the Internet of Things. And I do different branches from financial services, job opportunities, disaster response, agriculture and farming, and basic needs and services. And there's going to be, with the Internet of Things, we have an improved access to financial services through IoT-enabled mobile banking and digital payment systems, and will allow individuals in poverty to participate in the formal economy. And new job opportunities will, of course, come from the Internet of Things in the technology and service sector and increases income. For agriculture and farming, there will be increased agriculture productivity and efficiency, which will provide necessities such as clean water and food to people in poverty. and also gives greater income for farmers in rural communities. IoT powered early warning systems and disaster management technology, which will help them against disaster response and be prepared. And then the basic needs of improved access to electricity, water, and healthcare with the IoT powered smart grid and smart meter technology. Thank you.